that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British, of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
The political clash between Keir Starmer and Donald Trump was a sight to behold. When the UK Labour leader faced Trump at a press conference, tensions were already high. Starmer, known for his composed and diplomatic nature, found himself challenged by Trump's direct and unfiltered approach. As Starmer tried to stay calm, Trump relentlessly questioned him on free speech, political tactics, and past remarks, turning the discussion into a gripping and intense exchange.
To free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our history there.
Yeah, really? You're very proud of locking people up for putting Facebook posts up?
Well, Starmer can say it.
Yeah, but he talks absolute
That's what I mean. He
It's
can
not
say
true.
it, but he's locking people up for Facebook posts.
He's lying. He's locking people up for Facebook posts. We'll come on to it later. Mike Ainsworth, the MP, went and appealed his case yesterday, which a lot of people are asking me, how has he got an appeal so quickly? Was there any intervention from the government?
Why is he still drawing his £91,000 salary?
And why has he managed to get an appeal through so quickly, which has now meant that he doesn't go to prison, which means that he doesn't necessarily have to quit his job?
Reactions to their exchange were divided. Some saw Starmer as getting entangled in political maneuvering, trying too hard to please both sides. Trump supporters claimed Starmer was aligning with Trump while masking his true feelings. This press conference became a key moment in a larger debate about the political direction of both nations. It also raised doubts about Starmer's consistency and leadership ambitions. At one point, he praised Winston Churchill, a symbol of strength and national pride, a move likely aimed at appealing to Trump, who has often admired Churchill. But not long ago, Starmer had criticized Churchill's colonial history, calling for a more balanced view of his legacy. This sudden shift left many wondering, was it a real change of heart or just political strategy?
They're getting it wrong. The people of this country saw through all of it.
Well, I mean, I think it was a good day for Keir Starmer, actually. I think, it was, in some ways, as you say, Mike, we who know about his actions at home can contrast that with how he was presented abroad. It was politics 101. It was, masterfully done. For instance, when he was talking about, it's great to see the bust of Winston Churchill back. Like you say, I mean, this, of course, is the man who removed the portrait from Margaret Thatcher from his own office.
Well, he removed the one of Churchill as well. I mean, he said he didn't like looking at portraits because he didn't like the way their eyes followed him around the room. I mean, the bloke is a compulsive liar.
This sudden shift didn't go unnoticed. Donald Trump, never one to ignore perceived hypocrisy, likely saw it as political posturing rather than a sincere gesture. The optics weren't great. It felt less like genuine praise for Churchill and more like a last-ditch effort to win Trump's favor. To many, it seemed Starmer was ready to compromise his principles to fit the moment, raising serious doubts about his sincerity. When Starmer delivered a letter from King Charles inviting Trump to the UK, it sparked plenty of speculation. While it appeared to be a routine diplomatic gesture, some saw it as a calculated move, an effort to appeal to Trump's supporters and signal that Britain was willing to engage with the former president despite his controversial history.
Hear that? A letter from the King presented to the President of the United States inviting him round for a second state visit. Was that not the most toe-curlingly embarrassing thing you've ever heard? The tummy tickling that's been going on from a letter from the King. I mean, as a tactic to deploy to get the president on side, it worked, I guess. The flattery worked, but man alive, that was, that was toe.
Starmer's invitation to Trump felt like a calculated move to present himself as a statesman, willing to engage even with divisive figures. But did Trump see it as a genuine gesture or just a political maneuver? Given Trump's ability to spot insincerity, he likely viewed this as Starmer trying to play both sides, leaving many questioning Starmer's true motives. When J.D. Vance confronted Starmer on free speech, Starmer quickly found himself on shaky ground. Vance criticized the UK's growing restrictions on online speech, pointing out cases where people were arrested for social media posts that wouldn't be criminal elsewhere. Starmer tried to downplay the issue, but his reassurances fell flat. The UK's online safety bill, meant to regulate harmful content, has sparked fears of stifling free speech. For Trump, who frequently speaks out against censorship, Starmer's approach likely seemed disingenuous. Starmer's sudden reversal on Trump hasn't gone unnoticed. Just a few years ago, he had no interest in engaging with Trump. Now, his dramatic shift has many accusing him of hypocrisy. Critics argue Starmer's change of stance feels more like an attempt to win over conservative voters than genuine diplomacy. If Trump responds, his blunt and direct style could highlight the contradictions in Starmer's shifting positions. A public clash between the two could damage Starmer's credibility, portraying him as a leader who changes his message to suit the audience. In the long run, this could seriously impact Labour's chances in future elections. Starmer's handling of Trump could end up defining his leadership. In a political climate where authenticity matters, every move will be scrutinized.